Hey, it's a new video today, and it's not the one I usually be posting. Usually I'm posting video game clips or anything that really just tickles my fancy. And yes, as you've seen, as the title states, I've watched a new anime film, and to be quite honest and upfront, Angel Eyes, Angel Egg, Angel's Egg is probably one of my favorite, new favorite anime films I've watched. Also, I just spit my mic or my fucking mask. But yes, as I just said, I watched Angel's Egg. Holy fuck! And I liked it a lot. The animation super clean. Honestly, the visuals fucking god tier. And yeah, I just kind of want to talk about it a little bit. I really liked it. I went to go see it with my mom actually, and yeah, I just wanted to go into what I liked about it. Holy voice crack! I'll just be talking about what worked for me and what didn't, what I thought I would saw, my expectations going into the film, and yeah, that's it. Also, sorry for the headphones, kind of little jump scare there. I I forgot to take them off, but yeah, I kind of just wanted to go into my personal viewing experience about the film, and what I thought worked, what I thought didn't, and just how I was watching on the big screens because I saw it in theaters when it released across North America and Canada. Now coming into the movie, just starting off with what I like, what I liked about the experience. I did not know shit about this anime, and the way I learned about it was through TikTok. I saw a lot of sponsors and kind of just like advertisement across my For You page, showing off. Oh my god, the camera! Showing off the movie itself, like a little trailer. And at first, honestly, I legitimately thought this was a new Evangelion show, just in like really old anime style, I guess. And I thought that was a big yippee for me until I learned what it was. Then kind of got sad. So I just immediately thought it was a ripoff Evangelion because the text they use, the font, kind of looks really similar to Evangelion's own font during like the episode sequences and all that. So like, coming into the movie, I didn't really know what to expect. Kind of, as I just said, just thought it was a Evangelion clone until I learned after the movie that it was released like way before Neon Genesis Evangelion, going too into this other anime. But I don't know, when I first went to the movie, I didn't know what to expect. I only had like a really vague clue on what the film was kind of about and how it was. I learned that there was, very minimal dialogue. There was long sequences of just nothing and stillness and silence. So, going in just from reading what I've looked up upon about the film, I didn't really have the highest expectations. Kind of just thought it was gonna be a, I don't know. I don't want to say that. Okay, pretty much I thought it was gonna be a silent film, like no dialogue at all. So, fucking come surprise me when I finally got to watch the film after these long ass like, what are they called? Like those trailers before the movie starts. Whatever those are. After that long ass sequence of just watching trailers for Zootopia and all that, I was pretty surprised by the intro. The intro was fucking bombastic. It was, had a pretty big flair to it. And just overall, the beginning animation was beautiful. So my expectations were kind of, broken just from the intro of it. And this pretty much just went on through the entire film I sat through. The animation of it, I love it. The style, the backgrounds you get, the gothic cities. I don't know if it's gothic, but the one thing the entire anime reminded me of was pretty close to Dark Souls and Bloodborne. It reminded me a lot about those games. I love the aesthetic. I love the vibe. It had the tone, the bleak nature of the world. To me, it reminded me of those dead worlds that you go into when you play Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I love the music, and if I could, I would play it right now. That if you haven't heard the music from Angel's Egg, it is top tier. I loved it so much. It was slapping through the entire like sit through of that film, and it to me it is criminal. I have never watched this film before, and I'm just glazing it so hard, but I am being dead serious when I say this is probably one of my like favorite films I've watched. And like terms of music, the sound design was great. Fuck, half of them jump scared the shit out of me. Like, I didn't know this was a horror film, even though it does say horror in some of the themes I've right, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just it's peak. It's really just peak. The music, the sounds, they're peak. And oh my god, voice crack alert. And now the narrative of the entire thing. You know, it kind of has a few drop offs here and there. Some things I didn't like, some things I didn't. But this is, the positives of that. The narrative to me was, as I said, I linked this game to Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I kind of like anime films that make you think for the plot. It reminds me a lot of Tenet, if you've seen that. It also kind of reminds me of these other anime shows. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll just like put it right here, like like a little list right here, just of like the films that remind me of. But the narrative to me, I really liked. It had a lot of dark fantasy, I guess. I don't know if that's the correct way. Dark fantasy. It had a lot of biblical, like, connections, which is why it really reminded me of Evangelion. And while you don't know anything about the characters all too much, you do, the way they feel, the way they interact with each other in the world around them, it kind of, I don't know, it grew on me. Like, the way they reacted and the things they did, it helped me just form like a little connection. It's weird to say out loud, and it's weird to like try get out of my head, because I am running off of like, I did not sleep all day. I've been going fucking raw dogging straight through the entire day, and my mind is so jumbled. I'm just spitting shit out. I'm literally spitting shit. But as I said, the characters, I like them. The girl and the boy were the only two like visible characters you spend your entire trip into the film with. Everything from the design of them, I'll put them right here, as I said. Just put these peak designs right here. To the voice acting, the emotional moments that did happen in the film really got to me. And for the first time ever, or not even the first time ever, fucking not edgelord right here. But no, for the first first time in a while that I've watched an anime film, I did tear up a little bit. I don't know why. I don't want to get into spoilers, but what the guy did to the girl, that sounds kind of bad, but what happened between them, what the guy's actions did during the film, and how the girl reacted. It was a little emotional moment. I don't even know if it's supposed to be an emotional moment, but it got to me. It just, I don't know. I'm just a guy connected with his emotions, I guess. I don't know why I did that. Just move on. Now to the parts I didn't like about the film. I think I said this already, but the narrative, I have some problems with it. I like the way the film played out, but I do wish there was more to it. I wish we got to know who the characters were, even if I did like the moments that, I was able to form, I guess, a little connection to you. I wish they were more fleshed out. I wished we could have known who they are and, or what their purpose was, I guess, in a, cohesive form. I thought maybe we could, like, actually get some this word on the characters, because, as I said, there isn't a linear or any like cohesive narration in the film. It's kind of mostly like what I describe as just like an anime showing off the art style. The music is mostly about the art of the film, not about the narration. There's limited dialogue. I think the entire film, I've counted on both hands how many times they spoke to each other, and it lasted for it was like 1 or 2 sentences. Maybe not even the sentence, maybe just a fucking word. 1 or 2 words to each other. With like one guy going with the guy going on like a little fucking, I don't know, spreading like Bible history, I guess, to the girl. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, but but like, as I said, there's not a lot of narration in the film, and I really love the world. The world is perfect. Like, I mean, yeah, the world's perfect. It's perfect. I wish there's more expansion on the world they're in. What happened? Because you kind of gotta go off really obscure and like you gotta really dig into to really understand it, I guess. And as you can tell, I sure as fuck don't. But I do think of the possibilities that can come from this story, and it's a shame we didn't get anything. I don't know if there's anything out there that like expands more upon Angel's Egg, my goodness. But if there is, I want to know it, and I want to consume it. Because ever since I left that fucking shit-ass theater I've been at, I've been non-stop thinking about, like, just the potential from a film like this. It scratches every good bit of my nutsack when I think about it. It combines pretty much Dark Souls and Bloodborne, world building. That's the only way I could think to understand this film. Like, it's the lore behind the entire world and everything. You literally gotta collect like little pieces around the world just to fucking figure out a little bit of lore here, a little bit of lore that's dropped here and there, just like in Elden Ring or Dark Souls and all that shit. Overall, I just wished the entire premise and the film was just fleshed out more. But I can't really, judge it. I can't really judge it on that kind of, I can't really judge it based on that, because I don't think that was the point of the film. I don't think it was, really meant to offer this like whole fucking world to you. It was just, it really just felt like more like a passion project, and a really good one at that. But yeah, as I said, I just wished the entire premise, the characters, and just the tone and lore of the film was fleshed out more. It has potential from what I've seen, and I would honestly see more. I would like to see it more in modern day, and I hope it has a reboot. But if it hasn't had anything since 1985, I think that's out the fucking window. But yeah, I honestly don't have many complaints, both on the fact that I genuinely enjoyed the film, as I've nailed into your little head like 7 times by now, but also because I'm running on such low energy levels. I can't speak. This mask is fucking suffocating me. Not actually. Don't worry, I'm safe. And also because, I am just tired as hell. I have not slept in a while, and I need to go to sleep. I just need something. Also, before I end this little rant I just went on, the theater experience yeah, as I think I just said, it was nice seeing in the big screens, but the more I think about it, it was kind of fucking ass. When I got there, I pulled in. Me and my mama got out. We go through. Just I don't know. The cinemas nowadays, it feels really shitty to be in. Like unless you have like those big fucking cinemas with like those like recliner seats where you can pull it back and like lay down during your movie. I really hate them. The one I went to had those like old 2000s seats. I don't know if it was 2000s, but it had those old seats where you couldn't recline back at all. So like you had like really closed in like armrest. You had a closed in armrest. You couldn't like do this without the other guy doing this, like taking up all the fucking space. And as you can see, I'm a big boy. I'm a big guy and I need my space and I need my comfort. Please renovate this one cinema that I won't name out of the fear of being doxxed. But yeah, even while watching the film, the sound level within that made those, as I said, the sound design and the sound that was coming from the speakers in the cinema made the screams and all these like jump scare moments way worse because it fucking rang my ears a few times. Like I was so invested and I just jumped back and caused a little disturbance in the crowd. Not to mention it smells like a fucking jockstrap in that bitch. I could not stand there without like wincing. The smell was pretty bad in the theater itself. And just a little tangent, I don't think the theaters can help this, but the people that go to the theaters, what the hell are you ordering? I waited in line for so long because a whole group of girls in front of me was ordering a whole like 3-course meal. They had hot dogs. I didn't know they sold hot dogs at cinemas. I've never been to a cinema in a while. They had popcorn. They had a lot of fucking candy. They had the fucking milkshakes. When did cinema start selling this? I've been out of the loop going to cinemas for a while. I never went to a cinema in such a long time. I don't think since Pixels has been released. And I don't remember them selling hot dogs or full course pizza meals and pizza boxes into the fucking theaters. I used to have to sneak that shit to get in that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say during this video. Subscribe. I'll do some more editing. Press that, and maybe one of these, and maybe go to a link and follow that, please. Only cool guys usually do that. And as I said, I think I clarified this before, I try to stream almost every day at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And if I don't, I usually do late streams. I stream from 10 to 1 a.m., maybe even longer, maybe a little all-nighter. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. It's my godly experience with Angel's Egg and my shitty experience with the theater I went to. But yeah, that's it. Bye bye.